What comes to mind when you think of black or white? For most of us, they're just colors on a palette. But for centuries, humanity has assigned them meaning. We've built entire worlds around them. Worlds filled with power and oppression, worlds of incredible pain, but also of incredible resilience. This isn't just the story of one group or another, it's our shared story. It's an intertwined, complex, and often painful journey that has shaped the very world we all live in today. This story is ours, how colors became more than colors, through our ups and downs, and the future we're building together. Stay with me as we dive into this history. Getting to know our past is how we create a brighter future. From the very dawn of human civilization, one thing has always set us apart: difference. Sometimes it's what we believe, sometimes it's what we own, and sometimes it's the color of our skin. Among all the lines we've drawn in the sand, none has shaped human history more profoundly than this one: white and black. For centuries, we've associated these colors with powerful ideas. White became a symbol of light, purity, and peace. Black, on the other hand, was often linked to mystery, fear, and the unknown darkness. But have you ever stopped to ask why? What if these meanings were never truly about the colors themselves? What if they were used for something totally different? Is this just a tool for control? Today, we're embarking on a journey through time. We'll peel back the layers of history to uncover the real story of white and black. This isn't just a tale of race and color. It's a tale of how power shapes beauty, fear sets value, and ignorance decides worth. Let's look back to a time before these labels existed. Early human societies didn't see color the way we do now. Your identity was tied to your tribe, your village, your family. An outsider used to just be someone you didn't know. When did that change? The shift began with exploration and conquest. As empires expanded, they encountered new peoples, new cultures. They needed a way to show their power, a hierarchy, and it all came down to skin color. It was then that the old symbols were twisted. The idea of white got a boost, seen as a symbol of enlightenment, while black got a bad rap tied to savagery. These weren't scientific facts. They were ideas, carefully crafted to maintain a power structure. Think about it. Ancient Egyptians and Romans depicted people of all shades with respect. It was later, during the age of colonialism and the transatlantic slave trade, that these racial categories were weaponized to justify unimaginable cruelty. This is a story etched into our laws, our art, and even our language. It is a narrative that has caused deep wounds and divisions that we are still working to heal today. But here's the crucial part. If these ideas were constructed by people, they can be deconstructed by people. Understanding this history isn't about placing blame. It's about gaining wisdom. It is about recognizing that the concepts of white and black are social inventions, not biological realities. Our true worth isn't in our complexion, but in our shared humanity. The real path forward is one where we see each other not as colors, but as individuals united in our diversity. Long before flags, nations, or kings, we were all just people. We all lived under the same sky, breathed the same air, and shared the same fears and dreams. We were just people. But as millennia passed, the earth itself changed, and so did we. Humanity began to move, spreading across the globe like seeds on the wind. Some people found their way to blazing deserts, others thrived in steamy forests, while some made their home in icy, snowy lands. As we settled in these new environments, the sun began to paint our skin in different shades. In the places where the sun was most intense, our skin developed more melanin for protection, making it darker. In places with less sunlight, our skin gets lighter to soak up vitamin D. This wasn't a mark of separation. It was a beautiful testament to nature's power of adaptation. It was simply biology, a response to the world around us. But then, human ambition and greed entered the story. What was once a simple, natural difference was twisted into a tool for power. So-called science was corrupted to create a false hierarchy of superiority. European colonizers, embarking on their global conquests, declared themselves the pinnacle of civilization and unjustly labeled entire continents and their people as primitive, or savage. They didn't just draw maps of new lands. They drew maps of power, placing themselves at the very top. Suddenly, the color white became synonymous with the ruler, the master, the conqueror, and the color black became the brand of the ruled, the subjugated, the enslaved. This perverse ideology set the stage for a tragedy of unimaginable scale. Great ships, built for trade and discovery, were repurposed into floating prisons. They sailed across vast oceans, their holds crammed with millions of chained African men, women, and children who were stolen from their homes. They were real people with families and dreams, but they were treated like nothing more than cargo, sold off like cattle. Families were mercilessly torn apart, their bonds shattered forever, all because of the beautiful skin color they were born with. Driven by greed and a false sense of superiority, humanity plunged into one of its darkest times, the era of transatlantic slavery. It was a painful chapter we can't forget. This injustice still resonates today, reminding us of the heavy price we pay when we lose sight of our shared humanity. But oppression never lasts forever. The same chains that once enslaved one day broke under the weight of resistance. The world didn't change in a day. It transformed through brave hearts, huge sacrifices, and the unstoppable force of truth. Think of Harriet Tubman, a beacon in the darkness, leading hundreds to freedom through the Underground Railroad. Picture Martin Luther King Jr. standing at the Lincoln Memorial, sharing his dream of equality that still resonates with us today. Remember this: Nelson Mandela walks out after 27 years in prison, not seeking revenge, but spreading forgiveness that brought a nation together. These giants of history, along with so many others, didn't battle a people. They stood up against a powerful idea that shaped our world. They took on the toxic idea that one skin color is better than another, standing strong against oppression itself. And through their struggle, through their voices, through their very lives, the world slowly began to wake up. We witnessed powerful marches and speeches that changed laws, abolished slavery, and ended segregation. These were monumental victories, milestones of progress etched into the pages of history. We achieved legal freedom. So, here's the big question we need to think about. Did our thoughts really shift with the changes in the laws? Has the prejudice that fueled those systems truly been eradicated from our hearts and from our societies? Even if the law is broken, what about those sneaky biases and misunderstandings that still hold us back? The work of these heroes gave us the tools and the roadmap. Now it's our turn to continue the journey to truly build the world they dreamed of. We live in a world that looks super connected and equal, but is it really? People from all over the world connect in our bustling cities and on social media, sharing their lives and stories. But if we look a little closer, is the playing field truly level? Think about the last time you saw an advertisement for a beauty product. Turn on the TV, scroll through your phone, and you'll likely encounter a subtle, yet powerful message. Lighter is better. Fairness creams are everywhere, promising crazy before and after results that link lighter skin to success and happiness. It's wild how much pressure society puts on looks, right? This isn't just about makeup. It sends a message that darker skin needs to be fixed, implying less beauty or confidence. This bias doesn't stop with ads. Look at our entertainment. Isn't it wild how our favorite movie heroes usually have fair skin, while the villains often rock darker, scarier shades? This isn't an accident. It's a deeply ingrained cultural trope that reinforces a harmful and outdated hierarchy. It teaches us from a very young age to associate light with good and dark with bad. Racism today isn't always in your face or obvious. Sometimes it's just quietly lurking in the background, right? It wears a suit and a polite smiles for everyone that around. It's the job offer that disappears or the backhanded compliment about being articulate. These are the quiet, everyday cuts of discrimination that many people face. This isn't just a problem in the West. In places like South Asia, Africa, and the Middle East, there's huge pressure to have lighter skin. People spend a ton on skin bleaching products, risking their health just to meet a super narrow beauty standard. We've totally overlooked something super important. The color of our skin isn't a flaw. It's nature's incredible artwork, a stunning range of colors. Isn't that amazing? The real darkness we should be fighting isn't on our skin. It's in the biased perceptions and prejudice systems we've built. It all starts with how we see each other. Let's celebrate every color and embrace the beauty in our differences. Together, we can build a world that shines with diversity and joy. Let's work to build a world where value is judged by character, not by color. We often get caught up in our differences, in the labels we put on ourselves and on others. But what if we've been looking at it all wrong? What if the things that seem to divide us are actually the very things that make the world beautiful and complete? Imagine a world with only one color. How boring would that be? Every color, every shade tells a unique and vibrant story. Black and white might look like total opposites, but they totally vibe together, you know? They really complement each other. White shows us the light, the brilliance, the possibility. But without black, that light would be blinding with no form or definition. Black gives us depth, mystery, a place for our eyes to rest. Without white, black would just be an endless void, hiding all the beauty in the world. The truth is, there has never been a war between colors, only between hearts that forgot to see beyond color that they taught before. The real battles happen in the hearts of those who've lost sight of what really matters, the person beneath the surface. Let's remember, the same blood runs through every human vein. The same tears fall, the same laughter echoes. We all share this fundamental human experience. Next time you meet someone unique, why not ask some fun questions? You could spark an amazing conversation. Instead of judging by looks, think about it. Are they kind? Are they human like me? Because in the grand story of our world, humanity was never about the shade of our skin. It's all about compassion, understanding, and the love we share. In the end, it's not about skin color. It's about the light inside us. If you enjoyed this, share with your friends and family, hit that like button and subscribe for more awesome content. Thanks for watching.